It's Shawnee. Welcome back. We're in the office. Dude, my skin is looking real good. Okay, first let me show you my outfit. The boots. You have to see the boots. Aren't these cute? These are from Torrid, and so is this top. Can you see? It's like a sweater, like a long, well, I made it long. And then, oh, my butt looks good. And then these pants are from Old Navy. They're like stretchy, which is cool, very comfortable, very fall, you know. And then I put my hair in twists this weekend because I felt like it. So I'm in my office. I need to get ready. I'm gonna use this Nomad Air lip balm. I'm really glad that I left it here. So it's gonna be a quick get ready. I have back-to-back folks today and also need to fill out a form. Like, I don't know if you've had to do this before, but what am I saying? Like, if you need leave at your job, like disability or anything, you probably have had to have a doctor fill out something, and so I need to fill one of those out for a client. I'm looking for the face cream. Did I not? You know what I need to get? I have this first aid kit, but I feel like I need to get a nail clipper and a file to put in here. Did somebody take my face cream? Oh, I think my work wife is gonna be here today. I'm so excited. Here it is. I'm gonna use this as some moisturizer, so we'll be able to try it out. Okay. It's very lightweight. Definitely seems to get absorbed into my skin pretty well. I don't feel like I look greasy or anything. Okay. All right, so ooh, what's this called? This is the NYX Proof It Primer. Now, I did bring my Natasha Denona Mini Glam, but then I also have the Nomad Air. So I'm really glad I left this stuff here. Feeling myself. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into details of all the news stories I'm gonna tell you about, but there are just a couple where I'm like, girl, that's crazy. So why don't we rate them on a scale of like 1 being, that's not too bad, I'd probably do it too, and 5 being, no, that's full on insanity. So, first one is an LA guy. I feel like this is gonna be a 1 for me. An LA guy goes to New York and goes to a bagel shop. And he is like ordering his bagel, and so he goes up to the cashier and he's like, I'd like a scooped bagel, please. And the cashier looks at him and is like, I'm not gonna scoop an effing bagel for you. Now, if you don't know what a scooped bagel is, it is a bagel that has the middle like scooped out. I'm gonna use this shade here. It has the middle scooped out, and people do it for a variety of reasons. Like, I have this mirror here. Did you see that Fenty has mirrors? The bigger one is like $65, and the smaller one I think is like $35, but I feel like you could go on Amazon and get it cheaper. But anyway, Um, the the guy at the register is like, I'm not gonna scoop an effing bagel for you. And the LA dude is real upset. Now, I didn't, yeah, I said what a scooped bagel is. It's basically when you scoop out the middle of the bagel. So some people do it for because they want to watch how many calories they're eating. And some people do it because they feel like it gives more room for like cream cheese or whatever. So on the story, people are commenting like, yeah, I wouldn't scoop a bagel for you either. But I also feel like it's very LA. It's not very New York. Like, I feel like you go to New York. I remember when I went a couple years ago for a conference, we stayed in Times Square, and we went to like across the street for some food. There was a deli, and we went to like a bagel shop, and I just asked for a plain bagel with cream cheese, and that's what they gave me. And I feel like it was like I didn't want to ask for any alterations because I'm like, I know that's not how it works out here. Like, let me just take my bagel, and if I need to alter it in some way, then I will. It was delicious. But for me, I think that's a one. Uh, mm, Maybe not actually. Maybe it would be like a three, like right in the middle. Like I would want to do it, but I don't know that I would do it given where I was. But I do feel like as an LA person, it's like a one because I'm like that's super. Like we're just a lot from LA. We're just a lot. Like, can you scoop out the bagel? Like, come on now. We're just a lot. So I feel like I can understand his plight of wanting a scooped out bagel. So let me know your rating on that. One, no big deal. Would do it two. To five, that's ridiculous. Don't come to my town. Good Lord. Okay, I kind of want a lighter brown, and I feel like this palette has a lighter brown. So I'm gonna go in with this shade here, which is up, up, and away. So the next story is about these ladies who go to an Airbnb. This is definitely gonna be a neutral look today. I feel like that's what I've been doing a lot actually. Goes to an Airbnb. This group of friends. Have you been to an Airbnb? I've stayed at, maybe I've only stayed at one for my friend's like bachelorette party or wedding party. Um, so they go to this Airbnb. The first couple of days, they're having a good old time, enjoying themselves, having fun together. It's like a girls' trip. Then one night, one of the women is sleeping in her room, and she wakes up to hear some like fluttering. She looks up. There's a bat. There's a bat. There's a bat. A bat in her room. Now, this is where I would leave. I would run outside, and maybe I'd grab my phone so I can call an Uber to take me back to wherever I came from. I would not stay in there. Now the ladies are suing the people, the Airbnb host, I guess, because the house was full of bats. I feel like that's something you should definitely put on the reservation page, like that we have bats in the attic. Like, for me, that's like, in terms of what I would do, how I would react, that's a five. That's too much for me. That's too much for me. I would move. I would move. Or I would leave the Airbnb. Like, you can have my clothes and stuff. I'll get new ones. But we're just not gonna do that. We're just not gonna do that. I would leave. And I probably would sue. I've already said, we're very litigious out here in the Americas. Very litigious. What would you do? And how would you rate that one? 1, what else? 5, super crazy. And I'm rating it based on what I would do. So I'm at a 5. No, it would not be okay. I would probably actually call the police, or the fire brigade or something. So I think I've shared this story where when I was in an apartment, there was a mouse, girl, and I called the emergency line, and I was like, "There's a mouse." And they're like, "Ma'am, this isn't an emergency." And I'm like, "Yes, it is, okay? I'm literally having, like I'm melting down right now. I'm having a mental health issue right now because there's a mouse, and it was in the bathroom where I was at my most vulnerable on the toilet. So I'm gonna need you to come and rescue me, okay? Thank you." So these ladies, I would do it too. It says it was infested with bats. So she thought it was just one bat, but they were quickly proven wrong when more bats began to come into the hallway. And they were hearing screeching bats flying around the room. They were unable to escape, so they blocked the doors with window sashes, towels, and pillows. However, my heart. The bats continued to enter the room through the walls and gaps in the baseboards. They said they were struck by the bats as they flew into their hair and became entangled. One woman said she suffered bat bites. You got to get a rabies shot, right? Could you imagine? You're like, and listen, my hair is like the texture where the bat would get caught up in there. One of us not gonna make it out of this room. They were unable to sleep. They said they were trapped in their rooms and they cowered underneath the covers while the bats flew into their beds and sheets until the morning. Baby, I don't know why you even stayed. I'm not, no. An exterminator was called to the property and found a large colony of Michigan brown bats living in the attic. Nope. Oh, why they gotta put the picture? Why you gotta put the picture? Let me scroll up. They've been living there for multiple years. What the hell is that? I don't even know. No. I'm not even gonna read that part to you. Girl. No. I'm going with this shade. Like I'm like trembling. Like no. No. Like I feel like I can't even say anything else. Just no. Girl, I don't know why they didn't leave. I mean, they said that, like, put the cover over you, girl, and run. Okay? Run. Because I'm not staying up in here cowering under the covers until the light of day. I know you lying. You effing lying. Hell no. Maybe some of y'all are used to bats and stuff like that. I'm not, okay? I'm a city girl. I feel like one of you whose screen name is Richard Wright, I feel like you're gonna have a story about bats. Because you always have a story about something that has happened to you, like based on the shenanigans in some of these stories. So that one's a 5 for me. Okay, that's a 5 times 5 plus another 5. Whew, Jesus Christ. Ooh. Okay, another story. So this is number 3. So this tourist went abroad, went to Portugal, and it seems like he tried to learn, the language. He tried to learn how to communicate, at least basic things, right? So he goes to this little cafe and he orders a pomegranate, like a pomegranate juice or something. All of a sudden, the police come in and they handcuff him and arrest him. And he's like what's happening? So he's 36-year-old and he's Russian. And he speaks Russian from Azerbaijan. And he confused the words pomegranate with grenade. So he wrote a note trying to order the drink, but his language app wouldn't let him be great because they gave him the wrong translation. The waiter read the note and, thinking that the man was making a threat about a grenade, he called the police. So, I mean, this is bad. This is traumatic. He can be seen being ordered to lie face down on the ground before 5 officers. Oh, look, there's a thing. Before 5 officers approach him and handcuff him. He was taken to a nearby police station for an interrogation. His hotel room was searched. He was searched. They inspected the restaurant, the anti-terror unit. Oh, dear God, this poor, poor man. So there's a similarity between the words pomegranate and grenade in Russian. There's like a 1-letter difference, but it's very much different in Portuguese. Oh, that one's hard because I feel like I would probably try to order in the language, you know? I feel like I'm like in terms of likelihood to do it, 4. I feel like I'm at a 4. I feel like I can see myself doing it. But I don't think I would write it down. I think I would say it. So maybe, would that have a different... Listen. Also, as a black person, I'm not trying to interact with the police. No, I'm okay. I would be scared out of my mind. And I would be like, what happened? Girl, you called in a bomb. You made a bomb threat at this little restaurant. Probably scared the hell out of that waiter. But I feel like I would be likely to do that. I mean, that poor man, he probably never gonna go to Portugal ever again in his life. That would be a good party story. Like, remember that time I accidentally called in a bomb threat? So what's your likelihood of doing something like that? I think mine is about a 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I could see that happening. He said, "Can I have a grenade?" Now, this one... So, an Air Asia boss, Tony Fernandez, he was in a meeting, an in-person, like, staff meeting. And he posted a picture of himself in the meeting. The thing is that in the meeting, he was half naked. He had his shirt off, and he was getting a massage. And he's like, this is how, like, chill we are at our company. He's literally, let me see if I can show you. Like he's getting a massage. He's getting a massage. What do you think of that? What do you think? Like, I think it's one thing to just have somebody come in and like rub your shoulders. I think it's another thing to have your clothes off in the office. Like, mind you, I've had my clothes off in the office at different times where I had to close the door and like adjust something, or you know what I mean? Like, that's happened. But I'm usually, not usually, I'm never in a meeting when I do it. And no one else is touching me in that moment, you know? Like, it's just. So, in terms of how likely I would be to do it, one, less than one, zero. I wouldn't do that. Not in a meeting. I can't say I wouldn't do it with my door closed. Um, I've also had to have friends like help me adjust things, but I would not. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be half naked. I also feel like it may be a little bit more frowned upon as a woman with large boobs. I feel like people would be like, that's not okay. And I wouldn't want to be in a meeting where somebody else was doing it. But with this, it's the boss. So what are you supposed to say? You're just like, that seems so distracting. Like, how am I supposed to have a meeting with you and you're literally half naked getting a massage? Like, do the rest of us get a massage? So yeah, that's a zero for me. I wouldn't do that. Okay, I'm going to go in with this mini all-nighter primer from Urban Decay. Let me see if I have any other stories for you. Oh, I do have a couple that confuse me. So since we just passed Halloween yesterday, there were a few Halloween stories I read, and this one guy, where is he? In Canada. You know, Canadians are stereotypically so nice, right? I feel like the stereotype fits. So for Halloween, you know, everybody tries to be that house that like you don't want to be the boring like bad house, you know. You don't want to give out like little tiny pieces of candy, or you don't want to give out like, I don't know, toothbrushes or something. So he's like, bet I am going to give out the best thing ever. This man gives out 2-liter bottles of soda. I don't know about that one. First of all, don't you have, it's like little kids, right? Trick-or-treating. Except there's this one place that like banned kids over 14 from trick-or-treating. Anyway, like, how are you supposed to carry a 2-liter bottle of soda? That's the big bottle, right? How are you supposed to carry that? I feel like he took it too far. Like, this is beyond like the king size candy bars, right? This is beyond. I'm using the CoverFX PowerPlay foundation. This is the new formulation. I feel like you're doing too much. Like, what are these children supposed to do with a 2-liter bottle of soda? Like, are you the last house on the route? Because are they then supposed to carry this soda around with them for like the rest of the night, the rest of the trick-or-treating night? I'd be pissed. Like, girl, I can't carry this with me. Like, and as a parent, I would also be pissed. Like, why you just give my child a big old bottle of soda? Like now they gonna want to eat the candy and drink the soda. How much sugar you want them to have? Can I drop them back at your house after they finish consuming all of this? Like, I wouldn't be okay with it. I wouldn't be okay with it. Like, I would avoid that house. Like, no, they not giving out anything this year, babes. I would avoid that house because I don't feel like that's appropriate for you to be like you're causing issues in my home. So in terms of, let's rate this one. How likely are you to go to that house for trick-or-treating? Mine is a zero. A zero. I'm not gonna go there because this is inappropriate. I'm not okay with it, dude. Speaking of Halloween, there was this other story of a woman. I'm gonna use this Becca and Smashbox under eye brightening corrector. There's a woman who identifies as a vampire. Now, I work with a lot of identity concerns. That's kind of like one of my things. I've yet to encounter someone who identifies as a different species, you know. Anyway, so she realized that she's a vampire when she was cosplaying, you know, when you put on costumes and stuff. And so upon that realization, she started dressing as such, dressing as a vampire. So she wears a cape and fangs. But she clarifies that she's not one of those vampires that's interested in your blood. No. She's like a positive, happy vampire. The other thing is, she likes garlic. You know, typically, from what I know, vampires don't like garlic. And, she has a day job. I don't even have a rating scale for that one. I don't know what to make of it. Nope. I don't have anything to say about that one. I also don't want to offend anyone who does identify as a vampire. Okay, last story. No, hold on. No, don't talk about that. This one is the one that would make me fight somebody, okay? As the person that it could happen to, like if I was the person it happened to, and as a person who would be viewing this incident happen. So there was a man and his wife going to Vegas to celebrate their anniversary, right? Super exciting. We all love Vegas. And this man uses a wheelchair to get about. Let me tell you this story, y'all. Basically, Air Canada has been forced to apologize after this man, he has spastic cerebral palsy, was forced to drag himself off the plane because they said that they didn't have time to provide him with a wheelchair. So let me tell you, 49-year-old man, he's a hardware salesman in British Columbia. He uses a motorized wheelchair. Flew to Vegas with his wife, celebrate their anniversary, and then when the plane landed, the flight attendant told the couple that there wasn't time to get a wheelchair on board before the plane had to prepare for takeoff, for I guess for another flight. This is Air Canada. Did I mention that? So we're going from the nice Canadians to what's happening, Air Canada. So when the attendant told him, you're going to have to pull yourself off the plane, he and his wife thought it was a joke. Like, funny. And he's like, hello, like I cannot walk. How you expect me to get off the plane? So he was, this makes me so, he was forced to use his upper body strength to like haul himself past 12 rows of seats while his wife is holding his legs. Y'all, this would not have happened to me. This would not have happened to me because I'm no, no, okay? No. I'm so taken aback. I am flabbergasted by this because I thought it was a joke too. And if they come out and say it was a joke, I will believe them because, girl, oh. So I guess they made a Facebook post about it, and the couple, and they said they were devastated. When I tell you, I would own Air Canada right now. I would own them. And he said, or the wife said, it took us struggling in front of a dozen people as some looked away and others looked on with shame to get him off the plane. He hurt his legs and I hurt my back. Emotionally, a lot more was hurt. My husband's human rights were trampled on, and Air Canada won't respond to us and never did reach out like they promised. The company acknowledged that he received inadequate support. And he was offered 2,000 Canadian dollars of a flight voucher. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing at the ridiculously dehumanizing ass wipes of flight attendants and everyone else on that flight. Like, who? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't even understand. I cannot process this. I can't process this. This makes absolutely, positively no good sense to me. It doesn't even make bad sense. Like, I cannot process this. First of all, like the flight, your next flight gonna just be delayed, okay? Because I need you to go ahead and get me a wheelchair to get me off of this plane. People delay flights for less than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, when I tell you, I have such a problem with that. I am incensed. I'm even thinking, you know what? I'm wondering, can I email Air Canada? I kind of want to email them, but I don't know that I have anything productive to say beyond, like, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. And the fact that everybody else just stood around looking at the man, looking at this woman helping to drag her husband off of this plane, like, so not only like I almost want to cry. Like I'm having a really hard time with this one. Like, I'm having a really, really hard time with this one. When I read it, how would you respond as, see, I just don't think that they could get me to drag myself off that plane. I don't think that they could get me to do it, because I wouldn't. I would. I don't think. They couldn't do it to me. I know sometimes it's like, oh, I wouldn't do that, and you don't know until you're in the situation. But I'm pretty certain that I would not have dragged my ass off of that plane. I guess we're just going to sit here, and I guess you're just gonna have to call the air marshal or something, because I'm not about to drag myself off this plane. That's effing ridiculous. Is that against ADA? That has to be. that Y'all, I'm seriously thinking about contacting Air Canada. I don't know what I would say, but like, that don't make no sense right there. That don't make no sense. That would be one of those situations where I would understand somebody punching somebody. That don't make, oh my, how humiliating. How humiliating. You ain't asked nobody else to drag themselves off the plane. What you mean you gonna have to get off by yourself? Didn't you see this man get on, like, with the, he was that one, in terms of rating it, what I would do, it'd be a less of a chance than an ice cube in hell staying frozen. That is more likely to happen than me dragging myself off a plane. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. No, for real, I think I wanna email Air Canada. I don't know what I want to tell them. I'm gonna think about it. But this is not okay. This is not in the least bit okay. And how is it that we haven't heard about this? Like, I haven't heard about this on any sort of other, like, news. I just happened upon this story. Girl, let me finish the rest of my makeup, because now I'm irritated. Let me finish the rest of my makeup and I'll come back and close everything out. So here is the finished look. I am ready for my day and my clients. I will try to pin, like, the topic of the stories, and also put them in the description box in case you want to answer or talk about any of them, comment about any of them. So hopefully some of this was helpful. I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. I think this is going to be an unedited video. I'm just going to go ahead and upload it. So hopefully that's okay. Y'all, I would love it if you liked the video, and I would super duper love it if you subscribe to the channel. Be sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if there are any news stories that you have seen lately that you want to chat about. I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.